you right now. However, the time will come when you'll need to decide what to do for yourself.
How come you don't have a scar on your hand?
A scar? What do you mean?
The Crimson Crows all tore off their own spirit cores, right? But your hand doesn't show any signs of ever having a core like theirs. Why not?
I don't know. I don't remember anything about myself from before Doc found me.
Seriously? You have that mask, you don't feel any pain, and you just happen to know how to fight with a sword? No way. You must remember something.
I'm not lying if that's what you think. Believe me, I wish I knew who the hell I am. But I don't. It's funny how I didn't have any time for soul-searching while digging up rocks in a mine.
Still.
Are you saying you've told us everything about yourself?
Zephyr.
It's bad manners to pry when you've got plenty to hide yourself.
You're not gonna ask me about my past too?
Only when I think it's necessary. You're a real man of mystery, I'll admit. That said, I'm not one to dig around in someone's business just out of curiosity. If you remember something and feel like sharing, you're free to do so. For now, I think that's good enough.
Right. Thank you.
So this whole you not feeling pain thing, is that for real?
Why would I lie about it? And why would you care anyway?
No, it's just, you know, I can't imagine what it's like, that's all.
As a slave, I'd say it has its advantages and disadvantages.
Oh?
On the upside, when Renan soldiers push me around, I hardly flinch. The downside's that I get injured without even noticing. Which means I could be knocking on death's door and not even realize it.
Really?
Sure. I may be numb to pain, but it doesn't make me immortal or anything. Still, I wouldn't have noticed any of this if someone hadn't pointed it out to me. If not for my fellow slaves, I'd be long dead, lying in a ditch somewhere.
A Master Core, huh? Now I see. So that's why Balsef's cronies were so desperate to catch her.
Is that what it's called? The jewel in her chest?
Oh, right. You don't remember a damn thing, do you? Fair enough. Guess it's time to fill you back in. Tell me, you ever wonder why we Dahnans are made to work ourselves to the bone, day in, day out?
Well, when you put it like that, I always just assumed we were mining resources for them.
And don't you think it'd be quicker if they used all that high-powered tech they have? Why go to all the trouble of relying on weak human labor? Listen, what the Renans are really after isn't resources or minerals. It's astral energy. They're harvesting the astral energy that sleeps inside all matter in life forms. And they're doing it the same way they have for the past 300 years, using us Dahnans as mere siphons.
Right. They have machines for minerals, but extracting from Dahnans requires spirit cores. Any astral energy collected passes through a spirit vessel on its way to being stored in a master core.
But why go to the trouble of collecting all this energy in the first place? Do they really need all that juice just to use astral arts?
It determines the Sovereign.
Sovereign? Is that the Renan ruler?
Exactly. 5 lords, each doing whatever it takes to gather as much astral energy as they can and store it in their master cores. Whichever of them manages to accumulate the most power at the end of their contest is crowned the ruler of the Renan motherland. A new crown contest, as they call it, is held every decade or so.
So you see, the Master Cores are the receptacles in which the Lords store their power, and we Dahnans are sacrificed so the Renans can choose their new ruler.
That's insane! You're telling me that's what our people have been dying for this whole time?
Relax, hero. You're not the only one who's bent out of shape about the whole thing. There are two things that I haven't been able to get my head around yet. What business would a Renin have stealing a Master Core? And what's the deal with that blazing sword?
I think the sword is a physical manifestation of the Master Core's astral energy. As for why it took the shape of a sword, well, I don't know any more than you do. Honest.
And that stuff about needing your permission to use it? What was that about?
I'm the only one of us who can control the Master Core to some extent. Without me to adjust the flow of astral energy, the sword can't take a physical form.
What do you want out of this? You may be one of them, but you don't strike me as the ruthless oppressor type.
I'm going to take down all of the Lords.
Never thought I'd say this, but I like the cut of your jib, Renin. Very well. As far as we're concerned, the struggle continues either way. And with that sword on our side, our chances of victory just increased. That is, of course, assuming we can count the two of you in.
Fine by me. After all, it sounds like we're after the same thing anyway.
Honestly, I'm still a little confused by all this. But if it's a choice between this or going back to being a slave, then I choose to fight.
Then it's settled. Together we'll overthrow the Renin Lords. And first up on that chopping block is Balsef, the wild beast. Sound good?
I've gotta hurry.
We have another secret hideout in Ulzebek, not far from here. We should be able to meet up with our comrades there.
Cut it out. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's rude to stare?
I know I already asked you this, but are you sure we haven't met somewhere before?
What's so hard to understand? I'm Renin, you're Danon. There's no way. Besides, I'm from Lenegis. Trust me, wherever you were before you lost your memory, we've never crossed paths.
Lenegis? You mean the same Lenegis that's up in the sky? I've heard it called the Renin's Castle, but I never imagined people actually lived up there.
Well then, where did you think we all lived? Didn't you see the Renin Lords descend for the crown contest?
And how long ago was that?
Well, the current contest started 7 years ago, so...
Then I wouldn't remember.
Just how far back do you remember?
About a year, give or take. That's how long ago Doc found me.
1 year. Then no. I'm sorry, but there really is no way we could have met.
Guess not.
I hate camping out.
We should be able to eat this. Whenever you find some, make sure to grab it.
It's edible, huh? Good to know.
Definitely.
What's this thing?
We've almost made it to Ulzebek. Normally I don't pick on the weak.
Here I come! You're mine!
You're surrounded!
Here I
Stay
go!
calm! Guess we gotta roll with it.
There! Go! It's over!
Swallow blade! This is it!
Use a healing
Dig
arm.
deep!
Easier.
First aid!
Over.
Don't fall back!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! I'll bring you... back from
Not
death's
done yet.
abyss.
Swallow blade! Slide!
How's this?
Use a
Swallow
healing
blade!
arm.
Had it coming!
First
Talent
aid!
storm! The charging shield!
Excited. I'm only getting started! This can't be happening!
Shield!
Mirage! Take it! It's over!
A new lease on life!
Had it coming!
You're mine!
I'm only getting
It's
started!
over! You're quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back. What's this thing?
I'll take
Here,
you
let me
all
help!
on.
First aid! Mega ray!
Had it coming!
Swallow blade!
Talent storm!
Rising
Here's a
light!
healing arm!
You're mine!
First aid!
I'm not done!
I'm
Run
only
you
getting
through!
started!
Don't go charging off like that!
Swallow blade!
Excited! You're
How's
mine!
this? See ya!
Mirage!
Here, let me
Swallow
help!
blade!
First aid!
That was almost too easy.
Woohoo! Right, here goes!
Excited!
Slide!
You're mine!
Swallow blade!
I'm on it.
Slide! Swallow blade!
See ya.
Rising
Mega
wyvern!
ray!
It's over!
Here I go! You're
It's not
mine.
going to plan.
Here's a healing arm! First
I
aid!
owe you one. Strike!
I'll run you through.
Rising wyvern!
You're
Had it
mine!
coming!
Mirage!
Talent storm! Touch cannon!
No escape!
Excited! It's over!
How's this?
Here I come!
See ya!
Mega ray!
Mirage!
I'm sure I can put this to use.
That's not your run-of-the-mill enemy.
Okay, people, this is it. Ulzebek.
No sign of any Renan guardsmen.
The Renans aren't as populous as the Danans. Probably figure stationing guards in a place like this would be a waste of precious manpower.
So this is where the next safe house is?
Yes. The last place they'd think to look for enemies is on their own doorstep.
That is, assuming anyone actually made it here before us.
Zephyr!
Looks like we needn't have worried. Come on.
Should this really be here? Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads.
What's this thing?
Zephyr, you made it! See? I told you there's no way Zephyr would have kicked the bucket.
Fine, you were right. So, what's the plan?
Well, we've got an ace up our sleeve and the enemy's in disarray. I say we strike while the iron's hot.
So we're finally going head-to-head with Balsef.
That's right. We can't afford to mess this up. It's now or never.
Then now it is! We've all been waiting for this day for far too long!
Leave the plan to me. In the meantime... Yeah, you two need to do something about your outfits.
I have just the thing for your size. Stay right there, okay? Ta-da! I told you, it fits like a dream. I'm afraid we don't have any Renan clothing. I could find you some Danon outfits. But something tells me you'd rather pass.
Is this really that important?
In case you need reminding, I'm here because our interests overlapped. Nothing more. At no point did I say I've given up being a Renan. Now, let's play nice. How about you ask Nath and see what he says? He's our one-stop shop for info around here. With any luck, he might just know something.
Try to be careful not to stand out too much. You're the only Renan around here, you know.
I know. I was just thinking about how communal it feels here, even though it's only supposed to be slave quarters.
Huh? Oh, yeah. When you put it like that, I guess it is different from heavily patrolled Mosgul. Were you expecting something more depressing?
It's likely a sign that Balsef doesn't think you guys can do anything to him.
What?
I mean, if Balsef thought the Crimson Crows actually posed a threat to him, you'd figure he'd be trying harder to suppress them.
You... No. You're probably right about that. All of the other Danons that aren't with the Crimson Crows accept the Renan's rule as simply a fact of life. From the day we're born, no, probably even before that, it's been drilled into us that the only purpose our lives have is to help select the next sovereign.
If they don't like the status quo, then they should fight it. Otherwise, they're endorsing it either way.
I see it differently, but that's just me. Speaking of Renans, do all of them think about things the way you do?
I won't deny that among my fellow Renans, power and status are everything. However, that isn't what this is about for me. I have something I need to do. And I'll do whatever it takes, and use whoever and whatever I need in order to get the job done. To hell with power.
Nath, we need your help.
Ah, damn. Never the manpower when you... Huh? Help, huh? What kind? Is it urgent?
Well, no, not exactly.
Well, in that case, would you mind helping me out with something first? The work's really piled up around here.
What is it you'd like us to do?
Anything you can manage. No one cares about us slaves. That's why it's all the more important that we stick together and take care of each other. Check in with that guy over there for details on what needs doing. And thanks in advance.
I feel like somebody's watching us.
Maybe there's someone around here who needs our help. Hey. Yes! I guess. Got it. I had no idea the Crimson Crows were so active.
You sound pretty thrilled by that.
Thrilled? Maybe. But I'll settle for...
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over our heads. We managed to pull through.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
That's an unusual bird.
It's an owl. They're often used as a symbol to represent ancient Dana.
Damn it! An opponent like this should be easy.
Sighted! It's over! This can't be happening!
You paid for that! Swallow blade! over! You're mine! You're finished! Mirage! Swallow Blade! Here I come! Is this it? I'm not done yet!
I'd steer clear of that Zoogle if I were you.
Damn. That weak, huh? What? They're all dead? How did this happen?
Soldiers, that's how.
Are you Iron Mask?
Yeah, I am. Dairon sent me to help. Hang in there!
I'm so glad you made it. In the bushes over there. You'll...
Hang on! Xion, do something!
It's no use. He's already dead.
Damn them! They've killed so many of us, and it's still not enough! They won't be satisfied until they've wiped us all out like pests!
He mentioned something about those bushes. We should check them.
Is this... a cooking pot? But what is it doing here?
If I had to guess, he put it there to make sure a Renan wouldn't steal it.
So even though he knew he was dying, he chose to use the last of his strength to hide it, believing somebody would come for it. I guess you think it's stupid getting killed over a silly trinket, huh?
No. Clearly he risked his life for something he believed in. I would never mock someone for that. However, it will be up to us to figure out the purpose behind his dying act.
We'll make sure it wasn't in vain. If nothing else, this proves that the Renans can be outsmarted. We'll carry out your will, and see it through to the end.
Then we'd better get going. We don't know when those soldiers might be back to make another sweep of the area.
So this is what it means to fight the Renans.
Sounds like you're kind of scared to me.
Of course I am. But if I'm gonna die one way or another, I'd rather go down fighting. Finally take a breather.
I swear you can't walk 5 steps without tripping on a Zoogle. This is getting old.
Yeah? But wasn't it you Renans who brought the Zoogles here from Rena in the first place?
They're not just ordinary animals from Rena. Each of them has been modified to suit a particular purpose. In fact, some Zoogles were originally derived from the animals on Dana. Or so I've heard.
What? You Renans couldn't stop at just the people of this planet? You had to screw with our nature too?
You can get angry all you want, but we have bigger fish to fry. So, are you going to work with me or not?
I will. It's in both of our own interests. You should get some shut-eye. Off we go.
Gotta break through! Take this! Slash! Swallow blade!
Sighted!
Slash!
Over! Mega ray!
Here I come! You're finished! Rising!
Take it!
Rising wyvern!
You're mine!
Ah! Hut!
Here, let me help! First aid!
Now I can let loose! Hut! 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 Swallow blade! You're mine! Ah! Mirage! Rising wyvern!
There! And again!
Mirage! Ah!
Mega ray!
Here I come! Ah! Slash! Swallow blade!
Mega ray!
Here I come!
Here's a healing art! First aid! Here I go! You're mine!
Slash!
Here,
Swallow
let me
blade!
help. First aid!
Did you just heal me?
Looks like it could be worth something.
No choice!
Take it!
Slash!
I'm only getting started!
Swallow blade! Rising
Mega
wyvern!
ray!
Mirage! You're mine!
It's over!
Try harder!
Here I go!
Mirage!
Here, let me help!
Swallow blade!
First aid!
Rising wyvern! I'm not done! Swallow blade!
Help this! Mega ray!
Slash!
Take it! I'm only getting started!
Swallow blade!
Mega ray!
Rising wyvern!
Here I go!
Mirage!
You're mine!
Slash!
Seems about right to me. I feel like somebody's watching us.
Maybe there's someone around here who needs our help.
I'm skeptical.
Right. Sorry.
You're back, huh? Sounds like it was a real ordeal out there. Much as I hate to admit it, there aren't many of us who can take on those Renan armored soldiers. All we can do is make sure we remember those who sacrificed their lives for the cause.
Yeah, they won't be forgotten.
Glad to hear it. Now, what was that favor you wanted to ask me?
Oh, right. Well, you see...
So then, you're wondering if I know of any places where you can find Renan equipment, huh? Anywhere with those damn bright eyes is gonna have tight security, of course. You can't just go carelessly poking around. Unless... Across the wilderness outside Ulzebek, you'll find the Fagan ruins. There's some kind of old Renan castle out there. What with it being impenetrable, I forgot. But with a Renan tagging along, who knows? Maybe you can find some way in. You ask me, though, it's a lot of trouble for some Renan rags. If I were you, I'd get comfortable with Danon garbs.
Those look like the ruins. Let's move.
Are we really going in there?
Yes, now let's move.
Hey, Shion, where does your gun come from?
What do you mean, where does it come from?
When you're fighting, it looks like it just appears out of nowhere.
Oh, that's transferal technology. When I don't need my weapon, I submerge it in empty space. And when I do, I summon it. Make sense?
Not really, but it sounds pretty amazing.
Huh?
Well, that way you don't have to carry around any heavy weapons or worry about enemies trying to steal them, right? It's a pretty cool invention.
You realize you're praising the technology of your enemies, right?
So, technology is technology. It's not good or bad in and of itself.
I guess that's true.
Am I really doing this for some lousy cloak? There's Zugals here, too?
Hey!
Right.
Just a minute. With that blade and your strength, the average Zoogle shouldn't be a problem, right?
I'll give it a shot. Swallow blade! You picked the wrong fight! Swallow blade! This one's all mine! Mirage! You picked the wrong fight!
Here I go! You're mine!
Swallow blade!
Come on! Blow you to smithereens! This one's mine! I'll shoot them down! This one's mine! Where are you going?
Swallow blade!
Here I go!
Rising
I'm only
Wyvern!
getting this one's
Mirage!
mine! I never miss!
Slash! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Macarena! Let the marksman handle this! I'm ready!
Slash! Slash!
This one's mine!
Rising Wyvern!
Macarena!
Mirage!
There!
You're mine! Here I come!
This one's mine!
Swallow blade!
Where are you going?
Slash! Eat dirt!
Macarena!
Swallow blade! Rising Wyvern!
It's over! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
This one's all mine!
Here I go! I'm only getting started!
Eat dirt! Swallow blade! Great!
There!
Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our
Here
time.
I go! Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content. Looks like it could be worth something. You can hardly see anything from here.
Why don't we climb up higher and see if we can... get a better view.
Out of our way!
Slash! Rising Wyvern!
Macarena!
Mirage!
I never
Come
miss!
one, come all! Slash! Rising Wyvern!
Macarena!
You picked the wrong fight! Mirage! We've turned the tables on him.
There are still more left.
Mirage! Right! No time to hold back. You're finished!
It's
Try
over!
harder! Here I come! It's over! Swallow blade! Great!
What's this thing?
Get lost!
How about this?
Go!
Swallow
It's
blade!
over!
Rising Wyvern!
Here I go! You're mine!
finished! That buzzing is driving me mad! Mirage!
There! Have this! Macarena!
We got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
Swallow blade! All yours! Swallow blade! Take this!
You're
No
mine!
escape! Mirage!
Here I go! You're
Swallow
mine.
blade!
Here's a healing art!
Take this!
First aid!
Here I come!
Sight!
It's over!
You're mine!
Come
This
and
is
face
it.
me! Swallow blade!
Take it! Let the marksman handle this!
Swallow blade! Rising wyvern!
One more!
Take this!
Mega
Eat
red!
dirt! Take this! No escape! I can feel my power growing!